going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of City Boys Raw and Uncut. I got a great topic for us to discuss today. Let's go ahead and hop right into it.
We are strong, independent women. We don't need no man. Women also. Yeah. There's an outcry over taking away lifetime alimony. The law that DeSantis signed in is a step in the right direction. It omitted lifetime alimony in Florida and says that alimony cannot exceed 1/2 the length of the marriage. But apparently these strong, independent women don't have very strong convictions in what they believe, because now they're leaving the Republican Party over this. I mean, because alimony's taken away, they'll no longer be Republicans. And if you read the little subtitle, it's a quote. "My fear is that they'll take me back to court, and I don't have the money for this." Well, how do you think men have felt for years when they've been taken back to court over and over again over child support, over custody of their children, over more alimony, over these long, extensive, financially ruining divorces? I mean, it wasn't the anti-LGBTQ laws, it wasn't the anti-trans laws, it wasn't the abortion laws, taking away their bodily choice, but take away the money that they can get off a man, and they're gonna leave the Republican Party. The greed. And their ability to just publicly say, "I'm not independent. I need a man to pay my way." Well, not wanting to say it publicly. You seriously can't make this shit up.
That is hilarious. Now they want to leave the Republican Party because their money's being messed with. That's very funny. And she's got a lot of points there. The fact of the matter is that men are in these long, drawn-out court sessions over alimony, over child support, over more alimony, over more child support, over and over and over again. That is financially ruining to them and all that. But y'all didn't care when it was them. But now all of a sudden that your livelihood is being taken away, that's being provided by a man that you no longer have sex with, a man that you no longer want to be with, a man that a lot of y'all can no longer stand. But you still want to collect his money. Now that your money's being threatened, now you want to leave the Republican Party. And she's right. It really shows who y'all actually are. Y'all were never actually real conservatives. You weren't actually a real conservative. You were only a conservative when you were able to strip men of their money, right? When you were able to strip men and as a punishment. That's honestly, that's all alimony is. Except nowadays, that's all it is. It's not even about whether or not, if your girl was a trad wife. Because a lot of those women are old or dead by now. Alimony is a scam. Let's continue.
The top of the article is cut off, but yes, it says, Republican women say they will switch parties after DeSantis approves alimony law. So last Friday, Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law. It is SB 1416 that will get rid of permanent alimony payments. Well, there was a giant uproar from a group called First Wives Advocacy Group. It's a coalition of older women who say their lives will be upended without their alimony payments. The law allows a judge to reduce or terminate alimony payments based on a number of factors, like the age and health and economic impact on the person who's making the payments. Even if you're married for 20 years plus, you'll probably only get 75% of the term of the marriage. There's a quote in here from one of the women that says 3,000 women across the state of Florida are switching to Democrat and we will campaign against him forever. I gotta say, I never thought that this would be the thing that would wake them up. I bet free healthcare is looking pretty good right now in your old age.
And that needs to be taken into consideration. The health and well-being of the person that has to pay this needs to be taken into consideration. Because essentially, what they're being made to do is being made to, be forced to work like a slave. If they didn't come for money, they don't have any they're like an athlete or something like that, or some ex-actor or something, or they don't have a whole bunch of expendable, income to be able to just keep paying this person for a lifetime. That person is gonna essentially become a slave to work off to pay alimony to a person that does not love them anymore, a person that does not sleep with them, a person that does not want to be with them, or a lot of the times want to be even around them, can't stand them. You know what I'm saying? But you wanted me to still work like a slave to pay you. How does that make any sense? That's funny as hell. And whatever this First Wives Coalition is, that needs to be disbanded rather quickly, because that's bullshit. Because y'all didn't think about this coalition when y'all was sitting up here bending dudes over in court. Y'all didn't care about it then. But when it starts to affect your own pockets from somebody else's money, when it ain't your money, when it starts to affect your own pockets, then you care. Let's continue.
Oh, that'll do it. You don't have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me.
Like I said, if that's all it took, they were never conservatives in the first place. Let's continue.
Should women be scared of the new Florida divorce law? Yes. No longer is there permanent alimony. The amount of alimony that you're going to get has been predetermined.
Why would you be scared? This is the thing. Like, if you're a lady, why would you sit there and try to make your entire future based on whether or not you can get a certain amount of money from the guy that you're with? Why are you looking to protect yourself from divorce like this in the first place? And why is it that you're worried about getting more money?
The length of time that you are going to get alimony has been cut down. That's why married women should fear the new Florida divorce law.
Shout out to Florida, because this disincentivizes people from getting divorced. Somewhere between 70 and 80% of divorces are initiated by women. If you want to know like who this affects, it's like women are incentivized by unlimited alimony to get divorced.
And he's absolutely right. And they shouldn't be incentivized to get divorced just so they can sit on their asses and collect money from the man that they no longer want to be with. That's just common sense. And as for what the older woman said in the video, they should be scared. Yeah, you should be scared because you spent your life pretty much taking money from a man who you didn't want to be with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a divorce and it was done and over with, but you still wanted his money. Let's continue.
Florida, does cheating affect alimony? Technically, the Florida statute on alimony says that a court can consider the adultery of either spouse in a determination of an alimony award. But I've never seen a court consider it before.
Big fucking surprise that is. Big fucking surprise that is. Let's go.
Recently saw an article where they want to make it difficult for women to get divorced.
So when no-fault divorce became the norm, the suicide rate in women dropped by 20%. 20% just based on
From fault to no fault.
Fault to no fault. So going back to fault divorces does nothing but traps women and keeps them in dangerous situations. Period. Full stop.
This is an all-out assault on women.
Okay, first of all, they're clearly fear-mongering. This is just dumb. And if we want to talk about no-fault divorces, you know who it benefits? It benefits women because y'all leave 80% of the time. And a lot of the times y'all leave for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And marriage just says, and in happiness and in health and to death do us part. What do y'all not get about that? I'm not sitting up there saying that you should be forced to stay. And what the thing about it says is that they're spreading misinformation. You're not being forced to stay in the marriage. There's separation is available. You can get a divorce. This just takes away the incentive. This just takes away the prize at the end of the rainbow. This just takes us away. Like, if you want to get a divorce and you have no reason to get a divorce from this person, you can get a divorce, but you ain't getting half his shit. And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. That's what they're really mad about. They won't mention that, though. They won't say that. They're not going to speak on that. They're going to make it seem like, oh, well, you're being trapped in a dangerous situation. How many of those wives are getting beaten nowadays? You're talking about something that happened way back in the 60s. Oh, women were committing suicide in record numbers. Man, come on, man. Knock it the hell off, yo. Women is not going to do that nowadays. They're just not. Straight up. Women have more rights than ever. Especially now. They are for damn sure not offering themselves the way they did back in the, 70s and 60s? They're not doing that no more, man. Stop the film argument. For real, yo. Y'all got to stop this shit. Let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, you could force the issue and have an affair, but it comes down to what is the reason for them wanting to do away with no-fault divorce. If you watch really old movies, when people talk about getting a divorce, you'll notice that they'll say they have to sue for divorce, meaning they have to prove fault. And remember, if you sue, there are typically damages of some kind that are awarded. So the question is, if they do away with no-fault divorce, and what are the damages going to be? Does that mean you lose custody of the kids? Does that mean you don't get the house, you don't get the car, like they get to take your retirement?
Well, seeing that women initiate 80% of the divorces, you will be taking somebody else's stuff. Nobody's taking anything from you guys, man. For real. Nobody's trying to control women. But if you want to leave, you shouldn't be able to take half my stuff with you. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby. Bye.